Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Love and Real Estate. It is your local realtor, Danielle, and I'm with
her husband, CPA Daryl Allen, and Danielle. So I came across this random topic and I seen it throughout all the social media. It was on X, it was on Threads, and it was recently on Instagram. And it really came to my attention. I think it's something that we need to discuss because it don't necessarily relates to real estate, but then again, it does because you need a certain income to buy real estate, right? So the topic that I want to discuss is income by ethnicity. And at this chart that I'm looking at, it has a breakdown of the income in America by your ethnic background. And guess what the last ethnicity is in the income ladder? Who makes the less in America?
Man. I don't even know if I could take a guess, but maybe African American?
Yeah, African Americans at $51,374. Now, guess who makes the most? And it's at $152,341.
I would say maybe some form of Asian.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm thinking that they make the most because they're really involved with the tech industry. Yeah, but guess who it is?
I don't know.
Because, there's many ethnicities within Asia.
Asian, yeah.
So, but throw me out a guess.
Chinese?
No, they actually number 4 at 101,000. And then the Asian American, I guess a conglomerate of the all Asian communities is at 106. They number 3. Number 2 is Filipino American, which I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought it would have been Korean American.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But guess what number 1 is?
Vietnamese.
And it's really not a surprise. No, it's not Vietnamese. No.
I don't know. I was going.
It's
off
Indian American. I don't think a lot of people consider Indians Asian, but they are. India is a large country on the continent of Asia.
Yeah. Okay.
But this captured my attention because I don't know if it's really true. I've seen this on multiple social media accounts, but this could have been pulled from anybody, and they could have made these numbers up, right? But I want to record this podcast like these numbers are true, that I really trust them. And if I really trust them, I would think that, it's kind of sad that African Americans are at the bottom with 51,000. Now, Native Americans is 58,000. And then they have something called the average American, which I think is the average of all of America, which is at 63,000, right? And then Hispanic. And then for some reason, they break it out by Mexican American, Brazilian American, and then above in Brazilian American is white American, right? No, I apologize. Above Brazilian American is Nigerian American. So they separate the Nigerians from the African Americans. Nigerians are doctors, and they have a very large presence at those Ivy League universities. Yeah. And then above them is the white Americans, of course. But I don't know. This was shocking, but not shocking at the same time. And I think it really relates to real estate because real estate really contributes a lot to one person's wealth, right? Now, with this particular chart, it's mostly looking at household income. So they're looking at all the people that live in your household. Now, for example, me, you, and our 3 children live in this household. They don't count our dogs. But so there'll be 5 people within this household, and then you add up everybody who works in their income, that will give you your household income, right? So that's what they're looking at. The reason why I want to bring real estate up is that, fortunately, we're in a position where we made an investment of where we live at. We have our own real estate, which has been appreciating, which contributes to our overall wealth. But if you're African American and your household is only making $51,000, you don't really have the money to invest in the real estate.
Yes.
So you really don't have a high wealth. So you don't have a high income and you don't have a high wealth.
Yes, and you know what else is interesting is that nowadays, because of different parameters around interest rates or prices of home, we see a lot of these generational wealth where you have multi families in one household. So, but it's not really prevalently known in the African American community as it would be in some of the other Asian communities where you have the grandparents living with the children, and they usually watch their their grandkids. Latinos do that a lot, where they all kind of live together. So there's more people in the household working, and then taking care of the household. African Americans are not really known to do that. As an ethnicity. Like we move out and we live on our own. You don't see too many, living with their parents or, their elders. If you will.
That's a very good point. And I wonder, looking at the chart now, how many people is a part of the average household for these numbers. These breakdown by ethnicities, right? Like for Indian Americans, they're average 150,000, but traditionally, how many people is a part of their household? Do they have their parents a part of their household, right, along with their children? They all live under the same roof? Because if that's so, then these numbers are kind of inflated. Because I know with a lot of African Americans that situation may not be the same, where you have your parents live under your roof.
Right, but then you still have the jobs too. I mean, when you think about it, like you said, you have. It's interesting. They have the Nigerians separated from African Americans.
Yes,
because they are a lot in the medical field, and they carry that, prestige, I guess, within that community. And then you have, like we said, the Asians more in that tech field, and so they have that. Those are the jobs that are out there. Everybody needs healthcare and technology. With AI and all the different things that we use technology for at your fingertips, those are industries that are forever, open with jobs.
Yeah, of course.
You don't see a lot of African Americans going after those type of jobs.
Well, you don't see a lot of African Americans in those type of industries, right? I'm not saying that they don't go after those particular fields, but they're just.
But you don't see them in
you don't.
industries, and you don't see them if they are in the industries. They're not in the the leadership roles where they're at the forefront of what we see.
Yeah, and I will say that the industry where you had a large presence of African Americans, which was in manufacturing, you don't really have that sector within America. It's not really thriving like that. A lot of that manufacturing has been moved overseas, and I think that really has contributed to the loss of income with African American households.
Yeah.
No,
I agree with you.
And but going back to real estate, is that real estate is appreciating at a very hyper rate. There's not a lot of inventory out here.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of inventory being built. And the more people that you have immigrating to America that's getting these very high income positions, and then they're buying real estate, that's a lot of those opportunities are being taken away from African Americans, right? And just Americans that be here in general.
I think it depends on where you are. I mean, there is a lot of real estate being built. It's not being priced for, the average American working, maybe middle income job. But there is real estate that is being built. I mean, look where we are in Northern Virginia. There's some type of townhouse, complex being put up somewhere. I mean, they're doing a whole, organizational change and roundabout just off the Parkway here. That's coming. That's that's those places probably already going to be sold out, right? Oh yeah.
We actually live in a very high valued area,
right?
And
but I'm just saying across America.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up. Before I answer that, I want to say that I got this particular chart I'm looking at from Personal Finance Wizards on Instagram. But there's another guy that I follow on Instagram called Jim Chong. His last name is Chuong, and he made this posting about real estate, and he said that it's very interesting. He said that real estate, there will never be affordable homes for Americans because the majority of Americans, and I'm paraphrasing here, do not go after affordable homes. Everybody's vying for the same type of properties, right? Mm-hmm. So you want a property that's in a good neighborhood, that's in a very good community, to have very good schools, right? Yeah. And it's very safe. Yeah. There's properties out there in America.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to any major city, Detroit, Dayton, I would consider Dayton a major city, right? Or anywhere
Baltimore.
anywhere within the Rust Belt, right?
Yeah.
There's real estate available. Nobody's buying those real estates,
true.
and you could actually get like a home properly for. I mean, I know in Newark, New Jersey, they actually got a lottery where they will give you the house for free if you just invest money in keeping it up. Right, so that real estate's available. The problem is though, that's in the less desired areas.
Yeah.
So you talk about affordable real estate. There'll never be affordable real estate because the real estate that everybody's vying for, it's just never going to have the inventory there. People just don't want to live everywhere. You know.
That's true. No, we are seeing that. I mean, if a home is hitting the market and it's in a, like you said, meets all those parameters, good area, good community, good schooling, and there's updates and features of the home, you know, they're on the market, you know, one day, and 4 days later, if not the next day, they're off the market and under contract.
Yeah.
And it's the ones that, like you said, are maybe less desirable as a home or in a less desirable area that, you know, are sitting for a while. So it just kind of depends, but
you know what? That's one of the reasons why, if you're going to buy a home, this is a major investment, and you're going to contribute a lot of your current net income and worth to this particular home, and this home is really going to contribute to your net worth in the future, right? So you want to make sure you have a very good realtor. And within North Virginia, if you buy a house within this area, you're going to spend a lot of money.
yes.
So you want to make sure you're spending money on something that's a good product for you. So you need a good realtor.
That's a good point.
And just so
Because
happened,
there's been a lot of noise and chitter chatter, and we'll save that for another episode. But I will say the best thing a person can do for their investment in buying a home is to get an agent, so that you can understand all the ins and outs, the negotiating, and making sure by the time you're signing on that dotted line of those multitude of papers that you have to sign.
You sign your life away, don't you?
You are understanding about this purchase that you have made. That is probably one of the largest purchases you'll ever make.
So I got a question for you that's very important, right? Do you know any good realtors?
I sure do.
Okay, tell me one.
I sure do. Me? Danya Allen, your local Northern Virginia realtor, backed by, Century 21 brand under the Melanie Hogue team, and, here to help both buyers and sellers. So if you ever, just need to talk through things, if you're selling your home or if you're moving in or out of the Northern Virginia area, I can help you. And then 2 other agents within our team are licensed in the DC area, so we can also help with DC.
But how can people contact you? How can they look? Do you have good reviews on Google?
I've got great reviews on Google. Thank you for asking. And you can contact me by shooting me an email at Donyell, that's DONYELL .Allen ALLEN at c21nm.com, or you can like us here. Drop me a comment on DM realtor.DonyaAllen and let us know what you think about the podcast, but also if you have any questions about your home.
All right, that's great. Well, please, if you're looking for something in the North Virginia area, please give Donyell a call. And until the next episode, everybody have a good night.
See ya.